That one cannons into his leg. We haven't seen Lamachani bowl since he took that blow to his lower leg. I wonder, is he okay? He does still have overs left. Being held back a very long way, Paul. Usually don't see him right at the death.
Yeah, he did go off. I'm not sure. Is he still off the field? Can't quite from this vantage point see whether he is, but he went straight off the field at that point.
He's got 3 overs left, so still time to bowl them. Definitely been a bit slower than usual today in Nepal, with plenty of seamers used. Just wonder, will Lamachani come into the attack sooner, maybe to replace Rajbanshi, who's finished his spell of 10 overs. Nothing doing yet for UAE in this final power play. Nepali bowlers, they've dragged things back really well after that blitzkrieg. Outstanding for Mohammad Wasim. Tell us about him, what a talent.
Yep, certainly the last couple of days he's shown how formidable he can be, but he hadn't actually cracked ODI cricket until that point. He only had 2 scores of in excess of 50 and no hundreds in 29 innings before yesterday. But yesterday was how everybody in the UAE knows him in the T20 format, where he actually absolutely dominates. I think he's number 7 in the world in that format.
Yeah, and yesterday he hit 12 sixes. Today he hit 6 of them. And it's the ease with which Mohammad Wasim picks up those sixes, particularly over the long on and cow corner regions. One of them yesterday, Paul, went out of the ground.
Yeah, it was great. I think, did he do that as well today? Yeah, and yeah, that was a brilliant little video you sent me, actually, of a guy catching it outside and taking a selfie with the ball before he threw it back.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Quick thinking as well. Mr. Naponi, who I went up and met, wasn't anything like as many here yesterday. 300 or 400 were on the advanced scouting mission.
Yeah, advanced scouting mission, and also wanted to get their tickets in advance, make sure they got hold of them.
This has been a good little couple of overs for Nepal. The boundaries are not coming just yet. We'll get back for a couple. Left-handed Rajbanshi has to run around it. And the thing I was going to get across, Paul, was that as we get to the end of the 42nd over, I think, 9-7 for 5. What I was going to get across, Paul, was this is also a great advertisement for cricket with context and what it means. Every single person in the nation of Nepal has known the equation. It was 9 from 12 to preserve ODI status. Then when they achieved that, all of a sudden it became all about 11 wins from 12 to go automatically to the qualifier. There's a growing belief in this young side that they're not just going to go to Zimbabwe, but they're going to go and pull off some big results. And the way Sandeep Lamachani has been bowling, in particular since his return to international cricket, there's every reason to believe this side could go and go very well to Zimbabwe if they can get there.
Yeah, that last game against PNG with his 5-foot showed he was back fully on song and what a threat he can be. So he got after him a little bit earlier on today, then he accounted for him, hence his figures aren't quite as spectacular as they can sometimes be. He's got a crucial role now to play if he's going to get through 3 here.
Great colour and atmosphere and energy in the crowd. Things could reach fever pitch in his second innings if the runs get flowing. Lamachani has 3 to go. These 3 overs, they feel massive again in the context of today's contest.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's good to see Lenny Lamachani against Aravind. I remember watching this exact battle in the T20 World Cup qualifier in Muscat last year, and Aravind mostly got the better of Lamachani, although Lamachani did account for him in the crucial game. And he felt like then you're looking at 2 of the real preeminent forces in associate cricket, 2 young lads who might have a lot of battles over the years.
little short in length, but can only pick out the cover sweeper. Yeah, there is a bit of a rich irony, isn't there, that T20 World Cup qualifier A that you and I were at in beautiful Muscat, Oman, where Nepal won 4 matches from 5, but it wasn't enough to qualify for Australia because it all came down to the semi-final. Very slow through the air from Lamachani. He's trying to tempt these two down the track, I feel. And that semi-final played just over a year ago. It was the only game where Nepal didn't turn up and UAE plundered 175. Again, it was Mohammad Azim's 75 with the bat, but then Ahmed Raz's 5-wicket haul closed things out. So a chance for revenge in one way for Nepal over the side that denied them the T20 World Cup place. That one's bowled from about 25 yards. a la Mark Watt, cut away for 4. Too slow from Lamachani. I'm not sure whether he's been affected by his left leg taking a blow, but that's a poor delivery and punished by Khan.
Yeah, you summed it up at the time there, Len. He bowled it from a long way back, probably 24 yards, and the length came out. The ball came out slow and the length was shorter, basically. Exactly because of that change of distance, really. And it was easy for Asif Khan to put away.
It's a much better pace, and it's the googly that nearly cleans up Khan. When Watt bowls that 24-25 yarder, the Scottish left arm, he really forces it in. Just too slow. Good comeback from Lamachani.
Yeah, you can see why people want to imitate it, because Watt is so good at it, but he's got it mastered, and it takes a bit of doing to change the distance and trajectory.
Good finish from Lamachani. And Khan is desperate for the single. Aravind says no. End of the 43rd over. It's 2:04 for 5. Paul, big thanks to you, not just for filling in from earlier in the week. Your thoughts today, your writing throughout not just this series but the competition as a whole. Always great to see you. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Cheers, Len. Enjoy it.
There is the scene. That's Paul Radley of the National Newspaper. Great value on Twitter if you do want to give him a follow. Get him on there at Paul Radley. Follow not just his writing but also all of his analysis of associate cricket, and usually a funny angle or two on where things are at in the world of cricket. This is extraordinary scenes. Great to have Paresh Lahani back with me. Paresh, did I see you just sneak off and have lunch without me?
Yes, I had to because I was hungry. In the meantime, UAE going good. Torn it up in the 43rd over. Arvind playing a very good innings of 76 off 121 deliveries.
Scoop shot attempted, no contact made. The last 3 or 4 overs, just when you'd expect acceleration from the United Arab Emirates, haven't really quite got going, have they? If Nepal can keep this to under 250, will they take them a... I know Jah has been wicketless, but what he's done really well is bowl a good hard length, the back of the length, and he's frustrated Aravind. Look, almost punches the bat. Such is the frustration, and although the youngster is showing his real quality, his real class, his concern now will be about his strike rate. Take a look at it here. The moment he's striking at just 60.
Yes, now I think 4 overs remaining after this. He needs to get a move on. Only 5 wickets down, mind you, for UAE. Still big hitters yet to come.
Quick single. Direct hit not affected. I have to say, between Asif Khan, CP Rizwan and Rohan Mustafa and even Mohammad Wazim, some of the running between the wickets from the UAE has been very poor.
Yes, they have been. It was a touch and go, I think, for me, if that was a direct hit. But it was way over the stumps. Bhim Sargi, the fielder there, moved the ball very quickly and he released it quickly as well, but the throw was not on target. Asif Khan strike rate is exactly 100. 17 of 17 deliveries. Good over so far from Gulshan Shah, only a single given in 3 balls.
Balled into the surface again, and it's clearly the plan. A misfield from Road Powell of all people will allow a second run. He went full gun barrel attack at that, tried to pick up one-handed. Lovely to see the crowd applaud him, almost to encourage him after the mistake. But this is a clear plan. Either it's Monty Desai or Road Powell has come up with it. They've told the young fast bowler, bang the ball into the turf, don't go full.
Yes, that should have been the case, and this will happen if you over-attack the ball. That is what Rohit Powell did. Try to pick up with one hand, took the eye off the ball at the last minute. That is why it resulted a misfield. The youngster Gulshan Shah, 17 years of age, is doing a good job here, banging it in. Good heart length. Nicely cut away, but straight to the fielder there, Arif Sheikh. Almost Asif can't get himself run out there.
And just the one run, critically, good work. And the crowd again trying to rouse their heroes. Nepal, Nepal, the shouts. This is good fielding. It wasn't easy, he just tumbled. Right now, the chants are growing around the ground.
Yes, every single person chanting Nepal, Nepal here. It's hard to hear my own voice at the moment. Nicely bowled again. Outside the off stump. 4 runs off. So a good over for Nepal. UAE turned 8 for 8. Sorry, 5.
You cannot see a single piece of grass, can you? It is chocked to the rafters, full to the brims. And the fans are trying to rouse their national icons, the Nepali heroes, the Rhinos. The Rhino army is behind them. It's a poor delivery, a drag down. He really gets away with that. Asif Khan could have hit that anywhere. Instead, it's a dot ball.
Yeah, very poor delivery by Lamichhane there. A long hop. Outside leg stump.
He's desperate, isn't he, to find that 100th wicket in front of this capacity crowd to break the record today in these last 10 balls. But he's just lost a little bit of his zip, a bit of his bite since that blow to his leg. I wonder, has that had an impact on him?
Yes, but there's always say Sandeep Lamichhane in his 9th over. Still 10 deliveries to go for him, his spell. If he can take a wicket or two, it'll be good for the team.
Down the track, into the sky. Aravind gets enough of it. Oh, that's an outstanding stroke from a phenomenal young talent. It's all the way for 6. And it's almost as though the oxygen has been sucked out of the crowd. Deathly silence.
Yes, excellent shot by Arvind, inside out, playing with the spin over extra cover for a maximum. These shots are very hard to play. Another short ball, a long hop. Nicely done by Arvind. Yet another boundary for him. Back-to-back boundary, 6 and a 4.
His comeback spell from Lamichhane, it's not been his best. He had 3 overs remaining. He tried the googly, but Aravind picks it up. He just looks to me to have lost velocity and zip from his deliveries. In this second spell, he's bowled too slow, and as a consequence, he's been punished. Powell comes over to his leg spinner to ask him Where can he turn things around? There's the momentum for UAE. It's coming now for them. Back on the money, but it's been a little flourish. 12 runs in just 4 deliveries. That has maybe swung the momentum back towards the Emiratis. They're thinking of 270 again.
Yes, 5 wickets still remaining for UAE, and these two batters are going good. Arvind on 88. Nicely bowled a googly, but nicely picked as well by Asif Khan. A single taken off it. 13 runs off this over. UAE 221 for 5.
Yeah, amazing drone shots were being given to get across the scale of the occasion today. As Jazz going to continue, he's really been leaned upon very heavily. His partnership is starting to threaten, and young Varitya Aravind is looking at hunting down his 3rd one-day international century. And thought that it was Wasim that was the danger man, but a partnership that's now worth 46. He's come in pretty good time, and I have to say 270, even though Nepal have chased similar totals under pressure situations, to do it under the pressure of today would be a very tall task. They need a good finish, Nepal.
Yes, UAE are eyeing 270 runs. Only 5 wickets down for them, still 5 remaining. Now they can afford to get good overs. They'll be targeting this youngster Gulshan Jah, but he's been bowling well. He hasn't taken a wicket, but
Banged into the wicket and just short of the man who may well have run out, Asif Khan, had he affected the directive. I think it's Bim Sharkey again. It is. The ball really has followed him. A backward point there. Khan just hasn't quite found rhythm yet.
even though he scored 23 off 24, he hasn't found that rhythm. That was a good fielding effort by Bhim Sarki. A double Nelson on the board for UAE. 2 for 5. Rohit Paudel having a small chat with the bowler. Even though Gulshan Jah hasn't taken a wicket, he's bowled decently under the circumstances. If Nekalpan finish in a good note, they'll take the momentum in the chase.
Cut away powerfully, but Sharkey again in action does really well. 4-run save there. The problem with this tactic, 2 or 3 overs you might get away with it, but then the batters know where the ball is going, and you could see Aravind stayed deep in his crease, was expecting that delivery there. Can Nepal find a way past the youngster?
They will have to do that if they want to restrict UAE under 250. It looks like that is very highly unlikely. Only a single in 3 balls of the 46th over.
Goes to a slightly fuller length this time. Sharkey again. My oh my, the ball is following him, isn't it? Do they need a wicket to really get the brakes applied for the final few overs, or can they just continue to contain?
No, if they contain, if they bowl dot balls, the pressure will be back on the UAE batters, and that is when Nepal can capitalize on wickets. In the meantime, they should bowl dot balls. Don't go after the wicket. If you do so, UAE batters will definitely go after you. Two runs of 4 balls.
Big hit. That's Mohammed Wasim-esque. That's going to fly all the way for 6. Over the head of the Lifebuoy Pavilion. And UAE, they are going to put up a big total, a challenging total for Nepal, who are going to have to do it the tough way to get to Zimbabwe. Great stroke.
Yeah, too much from Gulsanjah, the same length. That was nicely picked by Asif Khan. Hit it for a massive 6. He's bowled that length regularly in this over. Again, Rohit Paudel talking to his bowler. A youngster, he has to learn now in the death overs where to bowl, have a plan under conditions and execute those plans. There is where Nepal has been struggling in the death overs.
Tries to repeat the dose, comes towards us, goes all the way for 6 more. Nearly comes through our window. Kushal Malla, just a passenger. Back-to-back 6s. UAE on the charge in a big way. It's 235 for 5.
Yeah, this was again nicely picked away by Asif Khan. A little fuller by Gulsanjah. It almost came into our window. You can see that the middle window is ours in the comment box. Hit the Dafa News hoarding there. UAE going good. 235 for 5 in 46 overs.
Partnership worth 60 from 51 balls. It's accelerating. It's taking the game maybe away from Nepal. Outstanding batting. Particularly Khan, who just couldn't get going before those 2 6s, but he shows how dangerous he is. They've held him back down the order. And this Achilles heel, it's exactly what it is for Nepal. They're death bowling. It's coming back to haunt them. Unless something changes in these final 4, the UAE, they're not thinking of 260, they're thinking of 275 plus. And that could be too many. An eerie, deathly silence hangs across this ground now. Sampal Kami is the man they turn to, who can bowl 47 and 49. Big question for me. This is the big question, Paresh. How has Dipender Singh Auri only bowled 8 overs so far?
Yeah, that is the big question. He should have bowled his quota of overs earlier. If he had done so, he might have taken another wicket or 2. He has been the pick of the bowlers for Nepal today. He's bowled 8 overs, only given 19 runs with 2 maidens and 2 wickets for him.
And whilst Jah did his job admirably, you always felt as he bowled more and more overs back to back, they were going to line him up. Beats the attempted cut shot. Kami questions the wide decision. He feels that Khan had come across stumps, but Pradhan has been very consistent with that. If it's outside the guideline, the arms will extend.
Rightfully so called wide by Pradhan. Sampal Kami just going outside the off stump a bit wider. Seeing that Asif Khan was just coming across the stumps. Again, the problem for Nepal, the death overs.
Big hit. And when you go to that part of the ground, you always get good reward. 6 more, it's gone a long way. Look at that, right to the top of the banks. That's not Mohammed Wasim out there. He might look like him, but he's equally as devastating. 41 off 27. The slower ball picked out of the back of the hand. 6 all the way.
Yes, lower ball light on the slot and nicely picked by Asif Khan. Straight to us, long on. Almost clearing the wall, the white wall there, you can see. A good strike by Asif. Now UAE taking that momentum towards the innings break. Nepal, in the other hand, in big pressure here. Must-win game for them to go to Zimbabwe.
They don't want to go to Namibia, Paresh, so they're trying to avoid. This game keeps going the direction it is, though. They will be joining the UAE down in Namibia for that playoff. It's going to be a tall task, this chase. Khan is going to make it ever taller. 6 more. This is outstanding batting. Back-to-back sixes again. Pace on the ball, flies out of the ground. Pace off the ball, flies out of the ground. Is the dream diminishing? Is the hope extinguishing?
This is a special shot by Asif Khan. Over backward point boundary for 6. This is pretty hard, like what Sehwag used to do for India. Exactly the same. UAE going away with the game from Nepal here. 249 already on board in the 47th over. They're eyeing 275 for sure.
Looks for the block hole. Doesn't get it, but sometimes a low full toss can actually be quite effective. Just a single. Aravind may have 90, but it's Asif Khan that's changing the game. 48 off just 29.
Yes, Arvind played that anchor innings as still there on 90 of 131 deliveries, whereas Asif Khan, a little cameo by him, 48 of 29, 250 up for UAE. In the 47th over, Rohit Paul